Hi, everybody. It's me again, Mr. Class, and welcome to Mr. Class, where we break down difficult topics into easy to understand lessons. Today, I will explain the basics of computers and smartphones. Now, do you ever feel like technology is moving faster than you can keep up with? Well, you're not alone. Computers and smartphones have become such a big part of our daily lives, but if you're new to all this, it can feel overwhelming. It's okay though, no need to worry. I've got you covered. Believe it or not, I have a lot of experience in the fields of computers and mobile, going back to the early days of Microsoft and Apple computers, to the advent of smartphones, and the latest developments in mobile apps, and even AI. For today's lesson, we're going back to the basics, breaking down everything you need to know to confidently use your devices. From navigating your computer to using smartphone apps and mastering social media, we'll go over the most important things you need to know. So let's dive in. Part 1. Understanding your devices. Let's start with the basics. Computers and smartphones come in different forms, and each has its own purpose. Desktops and laptops are great for work, study, and multitasking, while tablets offer a mix between a phone and a computer, making them perfect for watching videos or reading. And then there's a smartphone, which has become a mini computer we can carry everywhere, handling everything from communication to entertainment. All these devices rely on an operating system, or OS, which is a software that makes everything work. Computers usually run on Windows, Mac OS if it's an Apple device, or Linux. As for smartphones, most of them use either Android or iOS if it's an Apple iPhone. No matter what device you have, understanding its basic functions will make using it so much easier. Part 2. Navigating your device. Once you power on your device, you'll be greeted by a screen that helps you access everything you need. On a computer, this is called the desktop. You'll see icons, a taskbar, and a file explorer, which is where all your documents, photos, and programs are stored. If you ever feel lost, just use the search bar. It's the quickest way to find anything. On a smartphone, your home screen works the same way. Swiping left or right lets you browse through your apps, and tapping on an app opens it. If you're trying to find a specific app but don't remember where you placed it, just use the search feature at the top of the screen. Part 3. Connecting to the Internet. The Internet connects us to the world, but how do you actually get online? Most of the time, especially at home or at work, you will be using Wi-Fi, which allows your device to access the Internet wirelessly. If you're on the go, your smartphone can use mobile data, but be careful, this uses your cellular plan and can run out if you don't have unlimited data. For desktops, there's also the option of using a wired connection through an Ethernet cable, which can provide a stable and fast internet speed. But wires are used less and less these days, making Wi-Fi the top option. If it is the first time using a Wi-Fi connection, you will first have to find the Wi-Fi icon on your home screen or through your device's setting apps. Once you find the Wi-Fi option, make sure to turn it on, and then you can search the Wi-Fi network that you want to connect to. In most cases, you will have to enter a password to connect, either directly through the device Wi-Fi settings or through a web page. After the password is validated, you will be connected, and you can start using the internet. Most times your device will save the network and password so that you don't have to do this every time in the future. One more tip. If you ever find yourself struggling with a slow connection, try restarting your router. You'd be surprised how often that simple trick works. Part 4. Browsing the web and staying safe online. Now that you're connected, it's time to browse the web. Your internet browser lets you visit websites and search for information. There are many web browsers. The most popular are Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Edge. You'll find some of these apps by default on your device, but in some cases you might need to download and install them. When you use a browser, A good habit to develop is keeping multiple tabs open when researching something. This way, you can easily come back to the website. Also, if you find a website that you want to revisit later in the future, save it as a bookmark or favorite for quick access. A word of caution. While the internet is a powerful tool, it's also important to stay safe. Always check that websites have HTTPS in the URL, which means they are secure. Avoid clicking on suspicious links, and never share personal information on websites that you do not trust. Also, for extra security when logging into website accounts, make sure to use strong passwords that are not easy to guess. Part 5. Email and Messaging Basics. Email is still one of the most popular ways to communicate. You can access your email account either through the email app or through the website on your browser. When you open your email inbox, you'll see all the messages you've received. If you need to send a message, simply click Compose, type your recipient's email, and write your message. If an email looks suspicious, don't open it. It could be a scam, so be careful. Aside from email, messaging apps like WhatsApp, Messenger, iMessage, Line, and Telegram make it easy to chat instantly with friends and family. Unlike traditional text messages like SMS, these apps use the internet, so you don't get charged per message. These apps are also very good for sending photos and videos, and even for making video calls. Part 6. Downloading and using apps. Apps are what make our devices so powerful. Whether you need social media, online banking, or entertainment, there's an app for that. On computers, apps are typically called software, and you usually download them from official websites or app stores. On smartphones, you will typically find apps in the Google Play Store for Android phones or the App Store for iPhones. Just remember, it is highly recommended that you only download apps from official sources to avoid viruses or scams. If an app asks for too many permissions, like access to your contacts or camera or payment information, make sure to think twice before installing it. Part 7. Social Media Basics. Social media keeps us connected, but each platform serves a different purpose. Facebook is great for keeping up with friends and family. Instagram is all about photos and short videos. TikTok is where short videos, viral trends, and entertainment thrive. LinkedIn is mainly for professional networking. Twitter, now called X, is a go-to place for quick updates and discussions. And then you have YouTube, of course, where you can find lots of useful videos, such as this one from Mr. Class, haha. While social media is fun, always be mindful of what you post. As they typically say, the internet never forgets, and anything you share might be seen by more people than you would expect. Part 8. Organizing and backing up files. Have you ever lost an important file and wish you had backed it up? Haha. Hey, it happens to all of us. Organizing your files properly can save you a lot of stress. Creating folders and naming your files clearly makes it easier to find them later. For extra security, back up your important files. You can use external storage like USB drives and hard drives, or you can store your files in the cloud with services like Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, or OneDrive. That way, even if your device gets lost or damaged, your files are safe. Part 9. Keeping your devices secure. Security should always be a priority when using technology. The first step is to use strong, unique passwords for your accounts. If you struggle to remember them, a password manager can help. I would suggest enabling two-factor authentication when possible, as it adds an extra layer of security, making it harder for hackers to access your accounts. To protect your computer from viruses, install antivirus software and avoid downloading files from unknown sources. And finally, always keep your software updated. Those updates often fix security flaws that hackers could exploit. Part 10. Troubleshooting common tech issues. Technology isn't perfect, and you'll run into problems from time to time. If your device freezes, try restarting it. That fixes most issues. If your computer is running slow, closing unused programs and clearing temporary files can help. If your phone storage is full, deleting old files and unused apps can free up space. If none of that is working, do a search on Google about the issue. Chances are, someone else has had the same problem and found a solution. And if all else fails, you should talk to a tech expert, either a friend, customer support, or a paid service, and hopefully they will be able to solve the issue for you. And that's a wrap. We are done with our lesson on computer and smartphone basics. You are now ready to use your devices and enjoy all the amazing benefits that technology can provide. I hope this video helped you feel more confident using your devices. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more easy to understand guides. Got any tech questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.